Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about aesthetic medicine, but we're going to look at it from an angle you might not be expecting. We're talking about retail. But hold on, forget everything you think you know about sales quotas or pushy tactics. We're going to completely reframe retail as a powerful, and I mean really powerful, extension of the incredible patient care you already provide. Okay, let's get into it.
So I want to start by asking every single clinic owner and practitioner out there a question. Is your clinic's biggest growth opportunity hiding in plain sight? And I'm willing to bet the answer is a resounding yes. See, it's probably not in a fancy new laser or some groundbreaking treatment. It's right there, in the space around you, in the very products that can extend and enhance the amazing results you deliver every single day.
All right, so here's our game plan for the next few minutes. First, we'll uncover this massive, untapped opportunity. Then, we'll tackle the absolute most important part, the mindset shift from selling to serving. After that, we get practical. We'll talk about designing your retail space and empowering your team. And we'll wrap it all up with a concrete 90-day action plan you can start immediately. All right, let's jump right in.
So first up, the untapped opportunity. Here's the thing. The big idea is that retail isn't something separate that you do after a service is over. No, it's an integral part of the service itself. Your patients, they come to you for results, of course, but they're also looking to you to help with deeper emotional needs. Recommending the right products is a natural, almost essential part of fulfilling the trust they've placed in you.
So let's redefine what we're even talking about here. What is clinic retail? I want you to think of it like this. It is a generous act of offering solutions. You're not just pushing a product off a shelf, you are providing a genuine way for your patient to prolong the benefits of your amazing treatments when they go home. And this act, it doesn't cheapen your professional role, it actually solidifies it. It positions you as their #1, most trusted advisor on their entire aesthetic journey.
And that idea, well, it leads us straight into the most critical part of this whole playbook, making the shift from a selling mindset to a serving mindset. Because honestly, the biggest barrier to retail success, it's not your patients, it's not your products, it's not your space, it's your team's mindset. So many practitioners are just terrified of being seen as pushy, and that fear is costing your clinic, and, more importantly, it's a disservice to your patients.
And just look at how powerful this shift is. On the left, you've got the selling mindset. It feels pushy, transactional. It just feels a little icky, right? It creates resistance. But now look at the right side, the serving mindset. It's all about advising. It's generous. It's focused on meeting a real patient need. And what does that do? It builds trust. The moment you teach your team to simply swap the word sell for serve or advise, the whole dynamic it completely changes. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Let it sink in for a second. Retail is not a separate activity, but a natural extension of your role as a trusted advisor. When your team truly gets this, really gets this in their bones, all those psychological barriers, they just melt away. Suddenly, recommending a product isn't a sales pitch, it's an act of professional generosity.
Okay, now that we've got the mindset right, let's get tactical. Pillar number 1 is designing your retail environment. You have to stop thinking of your physical space as just a waiting room or a hallway. It is a powerful, silent salesperson that can be working for you 24/7 if you let it.
And you know what? That conversation starts before a potential client even walks through your door. You have maybe 3 to 7 seconds to grab the attention of someone walking by. Your window display is not just decoration, it's your opening line. It has to tell a story, spark curiosity, and turn a casual glance into a brand new client.
So how do you make that window display actually work? First off, tell a story with a theme. Don't just line up bottles. Create a little world, like an evening ritual or summer glow collection. Second, remember that less is always more. Feature just 3 to 6 key products. Don't overwhelm people with your entire stockroom. Keep things fresh by changing it up every 4 to 6 weeks. And here's a pro tip. Use anti-UV films. You've got to protect those valuable products from sun damage.
Once they're inside, the layout is what guides their journey. As you can see here, a grid layout is super efficient, especially for smaller spaces. A racetrack layout? That's brilliant for guiding clients along a specific path, making sure they see different product categories. And then there's the freeform layout, which creates that high-end, exploratory boutique feeling. You just have to choose the one that really fits your brand and your space.
Okay, here is a killer tip that's so simple but so effective. Lighting.
Your hero products, the ones you really want people to notice, should be lit with lighting that is up to 5 times brighter than the rest of the room. This is a classic trick from high-end retail, and it works because it just automatically draws the human eye and signals, hey, this is important.
Okay, so you've got this space dialed in. But that brings us to the most important piece of the puzzle, your people. This is about empowering your expert team. You can have the most beautiful retail space in the world, but if your team isn't on board and confident, it's all for nothing. The goal here is to transform every single team member from a reluctant practitioner into a confident advisor.
And to do that, this is absolutely crucial to understand the difference between training and education. Training, that's the how. It's the scripts, the process, the role-playing. And yeah, that's important. But education, that's the why. It's about deeply understanding the science behind the product, the active ingredients, and exactly how they solve a specific client's problem. You need both for sure, but education is what creates that genuine confidence and authenticity.
So how do you really empower them? First, and this is non-negotiable, let your staff use the products themselves. There is no substitute for that personal experience. Next, appoint internal experts or champions for each brand. Lean on your suppliers. They often provide fantastic free education. Then, you've got to make it crystal clear that advising is part of everyone's job. And finally, and this is so critical, train your front desk to close that loop.
I want to pause on this for a second, because this is where so many clinics drop the ball. Your practitioner can make the most brilliant, heartfelt recommendation, but if the person at the front desk doesn't know how to finalize that conversation smoothly, the opportunity is just gone. They are not just receptionists. They are the final, critical link in this whole chain of patient care. They need to be trained, valued, and empowered just like everyone else.
All right, we've talked mindset, we've talked tactics. Now let's put it all together. Let's make it real with a simple, actionable plan you can launch tomorrow. This is your 90-day action plan to kickstart your entire retail transformation.
Here's how you start. Week 1, audit your space. And I don't mean just glance around. I mean, get your phone out, crouch down, and take pictures of every corner from a patient's perspective. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the little friction points you never noticed before. In the first month, schedule your first real product education session. Focus on the why and get those products into your team's hands. And by the end of the first quarter, just implement one visible change. That's it. Create one new feature area or a themed display. Small, consistent steps are what build massive momentum.
And so that brings us full circle, right back to a question. But this one's for you. After everything we've talked about, I want you to really think about this. Which single action will you take this week to better serve your clients through retail? Are you going to audit your space? Are you going to plan that education session? The opportunity is right there, just waiting for you, hiding in plain sight. And now you have the playbook to go out and seize it.